Oh, good morning. I'd just like some information about a summons, please.
Yeah, I've got the reference number.
Yeah. Do you mean the summons number?
Account number?
The account number 3 4. Just to let you know, before we carry on, I am recording this call. What is your name again? Sorry. I spoke to you before.
What's your name?
David. You'll remember me because I,
What's
I,
the
try,
address and
I tried
postcode?
to pay back in June, but you wouldn't come down to collect the payment.
Right, okay. Yeah.
It's me again.
Yeah. What's your address and postcode?
The address that you've got associated with it is.
Yeah, that's fine. And I've got a mobile number ending in 272, is that right?
That's correct.
Yeah, and how can I help?
Yeah, so I need some information. So prior to that, to tendering on the 10th, a summons was issued anyway, despite nobody coming down to collect the full amount. So I again tendered on the last week on the 20th of August with my two witnesses, the full amount plus the £102 costs. Again, nobody would come down to collect it. So I rang the court.
Yeah.
I rang Manchester Magistrates Court to get some information. I spoke to a lady called and she couldn't give me any information. There was nothing on their systems. I was asking for the case number, who authorised the summons, and the contact details for Greater Manchester Magistrates Court because it doesn't seem to exist. She wasn't able to provide any information, and she just said you need to speak to the complainant because we don't hold any information. Now I said, well, this is supposed to be a judicial matter. The council isn't allowed to be involved in judicial matters, but she couldn't help me because there's no information on their system. Could you tell me what the case number is, please?
So the letter that you've had,
The
that'll have your summons number on there.
Yeah, I need the case number.
That's the case number, the summons number.
Right, it says summons number. I don't know why it does.
Yeah,
That's weird.
it's the same thing.
So there's no case number. Actual case number is just a summons number.
Yep.
Right, okay. Could you tell me, it says here, officers from Rochdale Borough Council have today passed to me a complaint. Now, there is no signature or name or anybody who authorised this. Do you know who that me is?
There is quite a few officers. It's not just one person that's dealing with it.
No, I mean who authorised it?
Authorised what? Sorry.
The summons, the hearing, the summons. Who authorised this to be issued?
Rochdale Council.
Right. It says officers from Rochdale Borough Council have today passed me a complaint. So the officers from Rochdale Borough Council have passed the complaint to me. It says me. I just need to know who that me is on this summons. Who is
Greater
me?
Manchester Magistrates Court.
Right, but me means a man or a woman. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, I have no idea.
You've no idea. There's nothing in your system. Right, that's interesting. What about? Have you got any contact details for Greater Manchester Magistrates Court? Because there is nothing on the. You look up if you go to find a court. You can do it now if you want, and type in Greater Manchester Magistrates Court. Nothing comes up. Manchester Court comes up, but Greater Manchester Magistrates Court doesn't come up. It doesn't exist. There's no telephone number, no email address, no physical address, nothing. Have you got any contact details for them?
The only contact details we've given is what's on the letter.
Right, but there's just your contact details. That's it.
Yeah.
So you've got two identities on here. You've got somebody who has apparently issued it called me, and then you've got the council. There's two identities on here. So have you not got anything you can give me? Nothing.
That's the telephone number on the.
Yeah, but that's your
contact.
telephone number. There's nothing for the court. Nothing at all.
So that telephone number is where you arrange
Yeah, but
to attend the hearing?
Yeah, but when right, how it works is when someone makes a claim, it then goes into the court system, into the judicial system, and then the defendant is supposed to deal with the judicial system, then not the claimant. So the fact that I'm having to speak to the claimant instead of the court means that the court are not involved in any of this because Anika had no information.
If these questions need to be asked on the day of the hearing, so if you want to attend, you can call that number the day before and arrange
Well,
a hearing.
I tell you what I have done, because Anika recommended that I send an email to the court, to Manchester Magistrates Court, where Greater Manchester Magistrates Court is sitting, according to this. And I've sent an email earlier this morning, letting her know of the situation, and I've let them know that I tried to tender twice, and both times they were refused. So I've told them about the whole situation. I've forwarded the evidence as well to the court to let them know before the hearing goes ahead. So that I'm just letting you know that I've done that. I don't know who's going to get it because she didn't know who to forward it to. They don't seem to know anything at the court about this, which is very odd. So I've, like I said, I've tried to get some details and no one knows anything. So it's very odd. But anyway, could you confirm whether those two names are still within the scheduled for your bulk listing?
What names, sorry?
Those names, are they still are they still in that bulk listing, or have they been removed?
They're still on the system, yeah.
Right. So I've informed the court that under section 34(5) of the Council Tax Administration Enforcement Regulations 1992, it states that if after a summons has been issued in accordance with paragraph 2, but before the application is heard, there is paid or tendered to the authority an amount equal to the aggregate of, basically, the whole amount plus the costs, it says then the authority shall accept the amount and the application shall not be proceeded with. Now, I came down there last Wednesday with the full amount plus the costs, and again, nobody would come down to collect it. And it states here the authority shall accept. That's what it says in this regulation, 34(5) it is, of the Council Tax Administration Enforcement Regulations. Now, I have told the court about this. I've emailed them and informed them that we did attempt to tender and that nobody would collect the legal tender from me. So they are aware that that's happened, and if it goes ahead, then the council has not fulfilled its obligation under the regulations.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So basically, it shouldn't be going. It shouldn't be going ahead because you failed under your obligation to accept the amount which it states here.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So I was just letting you know that I have emailed the court to let them know of this, and I've sent them the evidence as well.
Yeah. That's fine, no problem.
Yeah, because it says paid or tendered, which we did. We tendered. We tendered at the authority, which it states here. So we did everything we could. Unfortunately, nobody would collect.
Yeah, we.
I know we don't have a cashier and we don't take cash. Unfortunately, the head of revenues and benefits couldn't provide a policy that states that you're not allowed to honour legal tender. There is no policy. It doesn't exist.
Right. Okay.
I've asked him for it and he can't provide one. Under legal tender law, when it's offered, it must be honoured for debt. That's just the law. It's not. I didn't make the law up. That's just the law. You know, people need to understand what the law is regarding legal tender. It doesn't say here the post office shall accept, or it doesn't say the bank shall accept. It says the authority shall accept. And I was at the authority's office. Anyway,
yes, that's something that we don't accept. But yeah, I understand what you're saying.
yeah, I mean, I've stayed within the legislation and the law. I've done everything I can, other than contract with a third party like the post office, because I'm under no obligation to do that. So I've done everything my end, and unfortunately, no one would collect it because I would have honoured it. It was an unconditional offer. So anyway, so yeah, so those names are still in the system, and you have no further information for me, and I've let the court know of the situation.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
that's fine. I'll put that onto the notes. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it really. Like I said,
Yeah.
I needed that information, and you just don't seem to have it, nor do the court, which is strange. So it's some sort of strange process that's going on that's outside of the judicial system. Right, okay, that's fine. Thank you. Nice to speak to you again.
Yeah,
And
no problem.
you have a good day. Bye
You
bye.
too. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.